Good morning everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Burb Files. This is episode 9 this will be, so definitely smashing through the episodes. Today I'm going to get all this inside here stripped out, and there's a couple bits, just a little bit of wiring on this side. I'll get all that ripped out so I can get that wire buffed and see how far I can get with the primer I've got, because not far off running out of primer. It'd be good if I can get to like where these wooden stands are. That'd be pretty good if I can get to there, but I don't know if I have enough, because I was gonna chuck some gloss black on the front here, but I figured when it comes to cleaning up this, and that's gloss black, it's gonna just get covered in dust and everything, and even just wiping dust off of fresh paint will just make it all ugly, so I'll get as much of it primed first. So on that note, I'm just gonna start ripping all these little niggly clips out and stuff. Same thing as yesterday, I've just taken heaps of photos of where all the clips are and everything, to make sure everything goes back as tidy as possible. Go and grab a screwdriver and get into it. Alright guys, so I just finished getting all the last of those fuel lines and brake lines and everything out. I hadn't actually really realised because I've been pulling it apart in bits, but the frame is literally bare now. I wasn't actually really planning on going this far with it, but I was going to just sort of get it so it was easy to access and then just paint over stuff, but at least now I know it will be mint. One thing I have noticed, I'll just go around the other side. A bit of a bend in this bottom chassis rail. Looks like someone's jacked it up or something. It hasn't really damaged it or anything, it's just a little bit of a bend up. So I'll just straighten that out a bit. Just got my big crescents and a couple of bits of plate there and a big hammer. I'll just try and straighten that up, and then anywhere else, I see that side's got a little bit of a wave there. Pretty much anywhere in the chassis, just get it as nice and straight as possible. And then and the wire buffing will begin, which I'm not really looking forward to that, but it has to be done. Sweet, so I managed to get that chassis mostly straightened. It's got a bit of a hump in the middle here, which I can't get with the crescent, and my quarter power pack handpiece is broken at the moment. It's most of the way straight, so I should be able to just press that out. Even once it's painted, I'll just be careful with rags and wood, and just to get it looking a bit minter, but it's definitely already better. Same with that side. So I just moved the timber blocks forward out of the way because they were under here where I obviously hadn't wire buffed yet. Should be a bit quicker because it's just open channel. Down in here will be a little bit niggly, but definitely shouldn't be too bad. Won't be as much of a pain as the front here. So I'm just going to get the wire buff set up and get dirty again.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Whew. Tell you what, that wire buffing doesn't get any better. It's definitely a bit of a shit job. Absolutely covered. But it's got most of it. Now I just need to go through with a little brush and squeeze in all the nooks and crannies again. Same as what I did in the front there. It's definitely looking pretty good. It was a lot easier just having the big open channel, not all these little niggly corners. So we'll get those last few bits cleaned up and probably chuck some primer on. Alrighty guys, so last night I managed to get that primed up obviously, and then this front piece which is already dry, I just chucked a coat of the chassis black enamel on, just to sort of, I got one coat on there just to see what it's going to look like. Which is coming up pretty sweet, and I'd also cleaned up the steering box and the pitman arm. Just gave these a bit of a birthday and just gave them one coat. So I'm just going to go over, do another coat of black on that, and I'll see how much paint's left after that. I don't think I'll have enough to do another coat over this, but I'm going to have to try and hunt down, see if anyone I know has got any chassis black kicking around, because all the paint shops are shut obviously with the lockdown. So that could end up being a bit of a pain in the ass. Might end up holding up the project a little bit, but we can at least start stripping and cleaning up all the diff and all the other parts. Just means it's a lot of cleaning and no painting, so get another coat on this and see if we've got enough for that. Okay, so now that this second coat of paint is on, it actually looks pretty sweet. I definitely wish I could just pop to the shop and go and get more paint, because then we could do all the way down to where the C-notch is. But there's not much we can do about the lockdown. So while that's drying and that's drying, I'm just going to start cleaning up all these. So these are the airbag sensors off the front of the chassis, and they're just like, the plugs are a bit dirty and the loom wrap's just aged and dirty. So I'm just going to give everything a bit of a clean up, clean all the loom wrap, replace it if I have to. Try and clean these back up to yellow, but that looks like it might actually be paint on there. Just try and make everything look as nice and as new as possible while I got a bit of time waiting for paint to dry. So all the niggly little bits that will make a difference when it's all back together. Okay, so just finished giving these a little sand up. Pretty much ready for paint now, but I'll wait till I've got a few other little bits that need to go black ready to paint, so I'm not wasting paint every time I clean out the gun and stuff, just because there's literally like this much in the bottom of the tin. And if you're wondering why I had used aluminium foil tape for masking tape, because we've been doing the house windows, managed to run out of masking tape as well, just to add to the fun. So I'll probably call it a day there, I think, and leave these bits drying, and I might try and hunt down some more paint, see what I can find, maybe some masking tape too. Someone I know might have overstocked or whatnot. So thanks for checking out this episode, and hopefully we'll be back either tomorrow or the day after with another video. Hopefully we can find more materials. Sweet, cheers guys.